We just had a radical exchange out the back with Connor and Wiggly Dantes. Kelly said he was concerned to see who's going to try to man position to start. We know positioning is so important to make sure you're on the best waves of the day. Connor's still with the lead and trying to keep it against Dantes. But will he get an interference on that last exchange?
Well, he was on the inside. Wiggly had priority. Wiggly paddled for the wave. They crossed paths. Now, that's not good. Just from experience with that interference rule, if you cross the path of the guy that's got priority, it is kind of hindering his scoring potential. Wiggly failed to stand up. Let's have a look at it again in slow motion. Connor Coffin paddling for it. I don't know whether he realizes or not that Wiggly's got priority. See how he goes in front of Wiggly. Wiggly tries to stand up and gets pitched. So that was Connor Coffin at fault right there, unfortunately. You just don't want to get involved in those situations, Joe. The judge is still deliberating on that whole situation. I'm sure they looked at that again. And hasn't been locked in yet, but it's not good signs for Connor.
So Connor Coffin at the moment is showing that he has priority. Still no call yet from upstairs. Connor 6-8-3-4-3-7 had himself out in front, but if we see a priority interference, he'd lose a whole score. Right now, Wiggly Dantes with his total of a 6-9-4 would just be edging him out for the win, so it's a huge decision. Now down to 45 seconds, still no call. Obviously, we've seen interferences of the old days run free if there's no hindrance in scoring potential.
Yeah,
for you, Potts, are you making a quick call there?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's kind of a, even though Wiggly didn't stand up, there was that sort of crossing of paths, and, just experience tells me that that wasn't a good thing. Connor's still got, he's got priority. If he dropped something better than a 6-9-4, he could still win this heat. See right there, kind of threw Wiggly off a little bit, and then Wiggly went down. So
now Wiggly standing up on a final wave as we are closing out this heat. So far, Connor's still positioned in the lead, but judges are reviewing some tape. So stand by for the final outcome of round 3, heat number 5. We knew this heat was going to be epic. We talked about it with Wiggly on the morning show. Connor's been out there ready to compete each and every day. He's looking comfortable and happy, but it could come down to that final exchange. So still standing by for that call. And it looks like it will be in. We did get an interference on Connor Coffin. That'll take him down to second. Wiggly Dantes to first on the priority decision. That
was something. Connor didn't need to do that. That wave kind of looked like it shut down anyway. And that was just one of those things that you just try and stay right away from. Connor had that thing in the bag. Surfed better. He was on the better waves. Unfortunately, you can see Connor paddling for it. Wiggly decides to go, and Connor goes in front of him, which is an absolute no-no. If Connor had it straightened off and gone straight down the face of the wave and taken the wipeout, would have been a better situation. But because he went in front of Connor, because he went in front of Wiggly, crossed paths with Wiggly, it threw him off, and that was all she wrote. Wow.
A tough way to lose for Connor Coffin, since he was in the driver's seat of that heat almost until the horn, and Wiggly Dantes will survive. Once that priority interference is locked in, you lose a whole second scoring ride. So the rookie goes down, and he learns a valuable lesson.